Hello. In today's daily message, I'd like to talk about Paul's attitude toward Jewish law, toward the Torah. The traditional Christian view is that Paul rejected the Torah. He rejected the old law because he believed in Christ. If you look at the letter to the Romans, chapter 1, verse 4, Paul says, Christ is the Lord of the law. According to this view, Christ made the Torah unnecessary. Why? Because Christianity had replaced and superseded Judaism. Even more than that, the traditional view was that God himself had rejected the Jews and had embraced the Gentiles. But as a matter of fact, Paul never did reject the Torah. If you look at the letter to the Romans, chapter 3, verse 31, it says this: Do we render Torah void? God forbid. On the contrary, we uphold the Torah. So how do we resolve this apparent discrepancy? Keep in mind that Paul's views about the law, the Torah, are directed to Gentiles. And so when he says that Christ redeemed us from the curse of the law, he's speaking to Gentiles. And he means that Christ has removed the obligation of the Gentiles to observe Torah. So Christ's death and resurrection have signify the dawn of a new age. And therefore, God is no longer waiting for the Gentiles to observe Torah. And so Paul will say that circumcision, the kosher laws, the observance of Sabbath are no longer, but are not required of Gentiles. And so the bottom line is Christ, according to Paul, Christ is God's way of bringing the Gentiles into his family. Christ is the way that Gentiles will enter into God's family through Christ, not through Torah. This is not a rejection of Torah. It's a message directed to Gentiles. Thanks. I hope that's helpful, and have a wonderful day today.